morning. Welcome to my channel. I'm JB's. Well, this is JB's Crochet. I'm Amber. Good morning, Joanne. It is only showing me you. Hold on. Go to YouTube, see who was here before us started. Let's see. Lisa, good morning. Marianne. Good morning, Tank. And Margaret. You have been hit by the Tunisian bug. Isn't it awesome? Guess what bug I got hit by yesterday? I picked up knitting again. And it was crazy how easily I picked it up. I was like, I remembered my muscles still had the muscle memory, so to speak, of the, oh, this is double-sided, kind of. That's cool. So it is a double-stranded beanie. Chunky beanie. Chunky beanie, as Marianne likes to call it. There's a hair attached to the scissors. Not sure where that or it's, oh, that's hair. My daughter was using my glue gun, so I wasn't sure if it was the glue gun. Good morning, Angela. Well, Yarny family, because, you know, we got knitting and Tunisian on here. Knitting bug, yep. Good morning. Y'all, I followed Passionate Kelsey's tutorial for this, and I was telling my husband last night, I was like, I should have followed her. I should have learned how to knit from her. I don't know who I picked it up from, but just random channels. And yes, I made myself a little stitch marker to go around. Oh, funny. Oh, now I gotta figure out which way I was holding this. Yay! So I get to see you show it off today. Nice. I need to get some stoppers so my work doesn't fall off. And I'm trying to remember if this was on the back side or front side. I don't know. Because it ended on a purl stitch, so I don't know if I had it this way or this way. I don't know. How do you guys figure that out, knitters? Those that knit? Y'all, I have to be honest. I started working those pot holders up yesterday. I don't know. I wasn't liking, I just, not liking them. I just wasn't, I don't know how to explain it. Crafty family, there you go. Yarn, crafts. Look, my bags came. These are the kind of bags I was looking for, where it zips on the top like this, and it has the handles on the top there. They're not as big as those other bags, but that's okay. These are more for projects than they are for storage. Oh, and check it out. It's got a label on the end. I could throw a little piece of paper in there to say, you know, what project it is. Huh, cool. I just noticed that. And it came in a pack of 5 or 6. I can't remember. In the front for purl. Right, I know. I just can't remember if my needles, if I left my stitch marker on, like I needed to transfer it over to the other one or not. I don't know if it was already transferred or if it was transferred. So, I mean, the next stitch is a knitted one on that side, and so is it on that one. So it's like, I don't know. It starts with a knit and ends with a purl. So, but when I flip this around, both left-hand needles for me have knit stitches. Be right back. And it is squishy. I'm just pulling these 2 strands together that I used to make the drawstring for the one bag. I just don't know what was the end. Like, I don't know. I can't remember now. I can't remember. And then I also got the other day, I finally got my Etsy. I don't know if I told you guys about this. I ordered a cordsmith. Y'all, this thing's 3D printed. It's light, super light. This is not heavy at all. The needles have a little too much flex for my taste, but you know what? It gets the job done. It gets the job done. That's all that matters. I've been messing with it. I mean, I haven't been too consistent. I've got some bumpy areas. So I'm still working on getting that tension figured out. But I was thinking, I saw some things where people take these cords. You can make straps out of them, drawstrings. But you could also use these to crochet with as chunky yarn. So you can make like rugs or stuff. But yeah, I got that. And then I don't remember ordering this. I think she sent it as an extra. But it came in 1, 2, 3, 4 different pieces. And I put it together like that because I'm assuming that's how it went. It's these 2 pieces. This slides on there like that. And then there was this little clip ring. And then I clipped that onto that. Now, technically, I could clip this straight onto this purple thing. But I used that because it was in there. So, I've never used these before, but these go on your wrist. And you put your yarn on here. And you can work like this. I've never really had a need for that, per se. So I'm not sure if I'll use it, but I might play with it to see how well it works. But it's just a yarn holder. So all I remember ordering, y'all, was this thing. And that yarn thing came in it. Came in the box with it. I think she sent it as a as an extra. Oh wow, Melissa, that's awesome. Good morning, knitting angel. If I don't if you've had a name before, I can't tell you what it is now for some of you. I just can't remember where. I mean, I guess as long as I start on knit and end on purl, it really doesn't matter, right? Well, okay, so my working yarn is over here on this needle. If I don't know if I'm a right-handed or left-handed knitter, to be honest. I'm assuming I'm a normally. I know some people can flop hands when it comes to knitting. I feel like I have it the right way. I feel like the way I'm holding it is the correct way. I just need to. Yeah. No, I feel you on that, Melissa. It's like, you know. Good morning, Heidi. I don't know why I can remember yours. It doesn't include your name on there, but I recognize the rest of that channel name with Heidi. Oh, normally I mute that. Hold on a second. Okay. Until I figure out that, I'm going to put it down. I really want to work on that. Like, I got this bug to work on it now. But I'm going to try, look, 2 or 3 attempts at making something, and I keep frogging it out. And then the green one I wrapped around the outside. Good morning, Regina. Let's see. Maybe I'll try. Yeah, I don't know. That puff one, I got to working on it and I was like, I don't like it. And then the crunch one, it uses a treble crochet. My crunch stitch that I'm used to doing is a slip stitch and half double crochet. So I was like, I don't know. I just wasn't, after I started working on them, I just wasn't feeling it. Let's see. Crochet Christmas. Oh, I hear turkeys outside. They're chirping. The turkeys are chirping. That's a pretty one. They're loud. The turkeys are loud. I was thinking, my goodness. I don't know if you guys can hear them or not, but they are loud. I don't think the whatchamacallit is gonna pick them up. Although if they get closer, you might hear them. They're loud. Yep. Oh, there's... I wish I could figure out how they did this. This moss stitch pot holder. Just for some reason, I can't figure out how they started it. My goodness. They sound like they're in the backyard for me. I'm trying to be a little quiet so you guys can hear them maybe, but they got quiet. Yeah, you will. Good morning, Grammy Rita. You'll get, yep, you'll move them along when you're ready. This is true. Oh, are you hearing the turkeys, Marianne? They're close wherever they're at. I can't see them, but I can hear them. Oh, wow, it is picking them up. That's cool. Yay. And they got quiet, though. Now that I said something. Now you can hear my kids talking. Of course, they're watching that one YouTube channel where they think they got to race each other, even though it's not even them playing. I want to make this moss stitch pot holder. It's really cool looking. I guess they decided to stop talking. Fred must have came with them, like they must have been listening. Well, I hope Miss Margaret's feeling better, and I hope you get to feeling better in the mood department. I'm praying for happy moods and happy healthy bodies. 2, 3. hold on, how many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hold on, I didn't need to go back in there. Well, fortunately enough for them, Melissa, they're safe. They won't be on anybody's tables because they're wild turkeys and we're in the city. You're not allowed to. No, they're not hunting in the city. I know that won't stop some people, but they should be safe. They should be safe. I'm trying to figure out how to do my own moss stitch thing here. Yay! I don't know. I wish I had like a pattern for this, but I can't find the person that posted this they posted on Reddit and they said they didn't use a pattern. They just figured it out. I'm like, okay, but they say just type in Google moss stitch square and it'll give you, a starting point. I suppose I can use this Pixie Creates. Use them. Let's see, how do they do round 1? See, I want to change colors every round, but I don't want to do tails. So, chain 1, single chain 2 4 times. I already did that. Join last chain 2 to first single chain with slip stitch. I've done that, and then turn. Okay. I just gotta figure out a way to continue making this in the corners. Oh, you know what I could do instead of chain 2? I could do a single crochet join maybe, and that would get me in the corner there, and I can change my color. Maybe. Let's see how well this works. All right, so hold that down. Hold on, stop moving. Okay, we just need to start. All right, so I'm going to turn it. Well, maybe, hold on. Okay, so if I turn, I just go right here with a single crochet, chain 1. Okay, I think I got it figured out. Gotta get dressed, go to the restaurant. Good morning, Jay. Your crochet well, you've been crocheting up a storm, Mariana. Don't blame it. Let's take a little bit of break. But I know you're feeling. All right, hopefully I can make this work because I want to stop and start in the same corner. So I just utilized this Pixie Creates how they got started on the first round. That's it. I just used them for that first round to see if I was doing it right, and I was already doing it right. Getting the moss stitch started in the round. All right, give me my yarn. It's wrapped around the outside of this green, so it's not exactly coming off very well. Yeah, I'm going to be going to the grocery store later today too, Tank. I get stuff to make a pumpkin dessert to take with us on Thursday, and then I need to grab a few side things to make our we're going to have a Thanksgiving dinner slash, what in the, hold on. What is going on right here? What in the world is going on here? Okay. I don't know what happened here. All right, so I'm going to single crochet into this. Hold on, I'm going to drop. Do I want to drop it on this side? No, I'm going to drop it on that side. Okay. I got to get a few sides dish things for a meal that we're going to have. Oh my gosh. A meal that we're going to have, a Thanksgiving meal slash birthday celebration on Saturday with my mom and her boyfriend. So my middle child will be turning 12 on Saturday. So the kids, and it's going to be crazy busy. Yeah. Oh wow, Grammy Rita, that's awesome. That's weird. Yeah, that's crazy. 2 hours. Wow. All right, so if I turn, I'll go into there. I'm just going to keep going for a few rounds, see how this turns out. If it ends up not looking good, I'm just going to frog it all back out again. And that's okay. I will get a pot holder figured out. Once I get one side figured out, I can make a second one and join them together and make a double thick pop head. Am I doing that C2C? This? No. I am doing moss stitch in the round, basically. But, Margaret, you're a knitter, right? Aren't you a knitter? Or no? I could have sworn you were a knitter. I need to find out how to start back up at knitting, because I don't remember what side I left my stitch marker on. Last night when I put it down for the night, I don't remember if I transferred it over to the other needle yet. Excuse me. Scan and go. Yes. Well, I mean, sometimes those scan and go lines you have to wait in just to get up to the screen to scan the QR code. Okay. How do I tell so like my working yarn, when I was working, I was using my left hand to do all the whatever. Is my working yarn, is it going to be on my right needle? I'm in the round. Is it going to be towards my right needle or my left? Like, do I need to, if I flip it around, it's on my left needle. But if I put it back over this way, it's on my right needle. So that's what I'm just trying to figure out where the beginning of my round is. I have a stitch marker on there for the beginning of each round, but I don't remember if I transferred it or not. That's my issue. And so that's what I'm trying to figure out which one is which. I'm going to keep me going through the holidays, but I do need to get out somewhere for physical therapy. Got to keep moving. Okay. Chain. I don't know if I'm liking the way this is turning out. because I don't know. The one side looks okay, kind of, but the other, I don't know. Working yarn is always on the right. Okay, so I'm going to have to slip it over. Okay. Okay, so I'll slip it over to here. So then my working yarn's back on my, okay. Now I got to do a round of this because I started. It's 56 stitches. It won't take too long. It's just moving it from the purl and all that. Passionate Kelsey, she does her pearls differently. Not weird, I shouldn't say weird. Differently, I guess. And the way she showed how she did it, I was like, oh, I kind of like that. It helps me purl better. Yeah, I know. I got to figure out how to start that. Do you remember how many you start in the center chain? Because you just basically you chain a certain amount and then you just go around and around that chain until you get to a big enough size, and then you fold it in half and seam it. I've made those before. They just seem to take a while. They take a minute. They're easy to do, but they're slow for me because of how they use the single crochets. I had to transfer this project onto 3 different cables. I started out with too long of a cable, and then the next cable was still too long. So I finally got it onto the right size cable. So now I'm going to do a round of knitting here. I'm going to finish this round. Now that you guys help me. So the working will be on the right. So if I put this down again. I am double stranding this, so I'm having to be careful and make sure I keep all the strands. But she does such a good job with her tutorial on teaching how to make it. Seems like it was 21 or 23. I know, I can't remember. Can't remember what the starting chain is for the magic one. We'll look here in just a sec. We'll look here in just a minute. Oh, almost didn't get that one. Oopsies. Tried to split the yarn on that one. Yeah, I can't remember either if it was feel like it was almost like 30 something. But I could be completely wrong. I could be completely wrong. I'm sure you guys could probably find it before I'm done with this round. Because you guys are awesome like that. Bees. Stop splitting the yarn there. Do do do. I thought you were a knitter, Margaret. I was like, my brain's telling me you were a knitter, and you were. I don't know why. I can remember some things, but not everything. It's funny. You were saying you were 40 stitches plus 1. Okay. I was thinking it was around like 35 or something, but I don't know. 40 plus 1, huh? Okay. That makes sense. It's close to that 35. And I haven't made one of those in a hot minute, so it's like, how do I remember that, you know? My gosh, when I was casting on for this thing, it was like, I was flying through that part. I was like, ooh, this is, my brain remembers this part. I was like, yay. I'm just slow at knitting, though. Like, I mean, this isn't slow, but there's definitely some people that are like, just a click and clack in those needles. I'm almost around to the end, to the beginning or the end, whatever. It's in the round, so almost to the end of this round and beginning of the next. Dude, I am nowhere near done. Please don't come down here and bother me about the TV.
Remember, I love trains. Because...
Yes, well, I told you, don't come down here and bother me about the TV.
It's a train.
Well, I'm not going to go up there and change it in the middle of my live, and I don't want to sit here and argue with you about it either. Go, please. Excuse me? I'm not going to go up there and change it. You picked what it was on, and that's what it's going to be on until I'm done. Also, I've been working on purchasing for you guys, well, for me to make for you guys if you want them. I've been working on buying stamping things to stamp into metal.
I can bring it
Nope, go. 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 I don't want to sit here and argue with either one of you about it. Okay. So, stitch marker is on the end there of the last round. Okay. All right, so I'm going to pull this out. And then I'm going to start. What color should I start with? Red or green? You guys want red or should I start with red or green? Hello, Sharon. Okay. So 40 plus 1, so 41. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're 40 plus 1. So if you guys are going to make this with me, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Sorry, 17, 18, 19, 20. Normally I don't sit here and talk to them with the mic on, but I was just like, okay, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you guys while I'm live. So I was trying to keep it to where, you know, I didn't lose my cool with them because they just can't just, yeah, no, they're going to just, that's what it was on. They're just going to sit there and watch it. I don't want to have to constantly, you know, I don't want to start doing it all the time where I go up there to change it. I'm just not in a good mindset for them with that right now. Some days I'm like, yeah, I'll go change it for you, but today's not one of those days. Today's one of those days where you're just gonna get what you get and you don't throw fit kind of thing. 2, 3, 23. Go back in. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 32, 33, 34, 35, 37, 38, 39, 40, and 41. Okay, so we have 41 chains. So what we're going to do is we are going to single crochet into the first, but we're going to do into the top loop, I guess you could say, of the V. We're going to single crochet all the way back down. I mean, technically they have 3 in the corner. I don't know if I should add that in the first corner now or add it to the corner when I come back around. I'll just add it to the corner when I come back around because I can do 2 into that last stitch and join it to the first stitch. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go a single crochet into the top loop, so to speak, of the V all the way down. So then that would give us 40 single crochets before we do the corner. But then we're going to add 2 more to the last one. So we'll have 43. And then it's going to keep going around. So you're going to have technically 40, 80, and then 4 more. So you should have about 44 stitches by the time you're done, all in one round. Because you're going to have the 40, which is 1 in each of the ends. And then you're adding 2 more to either end for the corner to round be 3. Right here. Y'all like my $5 clearance shirt I found the other day? I was like, that is too funny. I have to get that. For $5. I was like, heck yeah, that's a fun novelty t-shirt. So now that song is in your head if you know that song. Bye, bye, Miss Up. Me and the boyfriend's mom were in the store shopping and we were singing the song. We were really trying hard to embarrass the kids. My daughter's not hard to embarrass, especially when she's around the boy. I think she's in constant blush mode. stylish mood. I'm working my way down the side, getting to the other end. I still find it funny. I was just going along yesterday, and next thing I know, I look up and it's almost 15 after 9. I was like, whoa, I went way over my time. Way over. So 40 stitches is what we should have on the one side here after we do a single crochet in every thingy-mabobber. my brain does not want to say loop. The top loop. So I need to go get potatoes and make sure. Oh, I need to get some more salt and pepper because I don't mind using the cranker crusher. What are those things called? To do the salt and pepper shakers, where you crank them and you grinders or whatever, the grinding pepper shakers, salt shakers. I don't mind using those. My husband hates using those, especially when he makes gravy, which I can understand, but I don't mind doing it anyway. He'd rather just it out, which is, everybody has their own preference, so I need to oblige him a little bit, for when he does make his gravy for breakfast. So I need to go get him some pepper, some already ground up pepper mill, yeah. Well, yeah, the little the mills that you can, yeah, the pepper mill, and I have a salt and pepper one where you can grind the salt and the pepper individually, of course. Okay, so I'm in my last stitch, my last chain. I'm going to put 3 single crochets into the last chain. I think. I am literally doing this off the top of my head. Okay, so I've put 3. I put the 1 and then I put 2 more. And then I'm going to come around to the other side. And on the bottom of those, I'm going to single crochet into the bottom loop that I left open. And then you should do another 40 stitches across till you get to the last one. When you get to the last one, you'll put 2 into the last one, not just 1. So then you will have it all the way around. I've heard that, Margaret, and so that's why I've gone to the pepper mills. And so, but it drives him nuts to have to use that in his gravy, because his reasoning is because he puts so much pepper in there. He doesn't want to sit there for 5 minutes grinding pepper. And I'm like, I'd much rather come over there and do it for you, but I'm about to just go through both loops, the back loop and the other loop I left open, just because it'd be easier to grab them instead of having to, it leaves a hole though. I am trying to make a pot holder, and this is, I'm utilizing I'm not even really following a pattern per se. It's the magic crochet pot holders, where you basically make like a closed off tube on one end and you just fold it into a square. And good morning, Arrow. So when I get around to the other end, before I finish the second single crochet in the last stitch, before I join it, I'm going to change my color to the green, because I want to stripe this. And the cool thing is the color change will be on the inside of the pot holder. So, and I think it's only 3 in the corners. We're going to go with 3. That's just what I'm going to go with. It may or may not be correct, but you know what? It's Amber's magic pot holder. I'm making it up. as I go, kind of, based off of my knowledge of a previous pattern. Whoever created this pattern, this is their genius, not mine. I'm essentially kind of going rogue a little bit. I'm not really changing it per se, but I am because I'm not following it because I don't know if I'm doing it correctly. I'm just doing what I think is right. Hey, kitty cat. What are you doing? What are you doing? Kitty cat. Do you want siblings? Do you want little furry siblings running around here? I can't decide if I want more cats or not. I mean, cleaning up after one cat when she has her little accidents from the mouth, you know, those are not fun. And nobody else cleans them but me. I need to shampoo the carpet on the stairs, I mean. You don't increase anymore after that, right? But I was just, am I doing that right though? Putting 3 in the corners. That's just to get them to round the corners, basically, and it increases a little bit. But I think, yeah, you just, I'm just, you know, I'm not sure if the 3 is what I'm doing, if I'm doing that right. I think I am. I think I am. Just being silly, just being silly. Silly, 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 silly. Yeah, see, these take me a while to make. I don't know why. I don't think the dragon's going to get done by this weekend, so I think I just determined it's going to become a Christmas, part of his Christmas. Part of a Christmas, and so I just got to figure out something else to make for the others. Okay, I'm on the last one here, so... Alright, so I'm going to do one more. And then I'm going to grab my green. Slip stitch with the green. I'm going to chain 1 just to get it started. And then I'm going to be off to the races. Yay! And just... Okay, so do I want to do the moss stitch? I wonder if I have enough to do the moss stitch. Or you know what, we'll just do stripes. I mean, moss stitch does stripes too, but I'll just do it this way. Good morning to you all. So yeah, we're just, okay, so what I did was I changed my color with the slip stitch, and then I just chained 1, went back into the same stitch that I slipped into, and I'm doing a single crochet in every stitch around until I get to the beginning. I'm going to slip into it, change to the next color, back to the other color, and literally just change every row. And once I get it tall enough to where when I fold it, the seams meet up together without stretching them, or they just unstretched. Like when you go to fold this in, and the 2 sides meet up without being stretched or pulled or anything, then you call it a day. And I don't know how many rounds that is, but it's several. So you just keep going until you can fold it, and then you can use whatever seaming option that you prefer. You can slip stitch it closed, you can single crochet it closed, you can whip stitch it closed. You can do whatever you want. But I know the one time I've done it, you do something, you do like a slip stitch, but you like join it in a way that you keep going. You don't cut the yarn when you go to seam it up. And then when you get to the other end, you chain like 10 or 15 chains and you come back. Or you can single crochet back into it to make it thicker, or slip stitch or whatever. And then you join it back to the round or to the pot holder itself. Gives you like a little handle to hang it from. So they just take a little bit of time because, you know, you're doing single crochets, and single crochets don't really build up very quickly. So this will definitely make a decent sized pot holder. It's not going to be huge because even for 40 stitches, when you fold this back on itself, it's going to be probably about a 5 or 6 inch square. Yep, and you don't, like Margaret said, you don't increase anymore. You just literally just follow the single crochets all the way around, and it causes it to do like a tube, but it's closed off on one end. Yep, I just made it to my corner, so I'm coming around. So, I mean, it's pretty easy to make these, but it's just time consuming because of again, the single crochets just don't build up very quickly. And then I have this issue because I wrapped it around the outside. So anyway, what is everybody's plans for the week? Are you guys going to go have a dinner with family? Are you going to go visit family? Are you going to stay home? We are going to go see family on Thursday, come back on Friday. And then on Saturday, we'll have a birthday dinner party. Well, more just a dinner, birthday dinner, celebrate Thanksgiving dinner. A Thanksgiving birthday dinner. So it'll be a Thanksgiving dinner with my mom and her boyfriend, but yet dessert's going to be birthday related and presents for the birthday boy. Hello, Rebecca. Staying home and laying low, huh? You're not going to do anything with the bestie? Is she going to go see family? Just you and your kids. Yay. Yeah, so, I mean, our thing has just been the way we've been doing it. Although every year is a little different around Thanksgiving. Here lately, it's been my husband's family on Thursday, and then we figure out a way to celebrate with my mom because my mom tend to eat at odd times of the day. So it's like we make them come to us. And I need to figure out if we're going to I think we'll probably do like a late lunch on Saturday because they're probably going to want to get home. My mom, if y'all can, my mom is going to be having hold on. I don't know if I need to go into. Nope, I think that's the slip stitch right there. Okay. My mom's going to be having back surgery to help with a pinched nerve, I believe. Go into the stitch, drop the green, pick up the red, slip stitch through, tighten down that, and then single crochet and continue around. Now, My join, I'm probably going to have, this is probably going to have a weirdness with the color change areas. So I just repeated the last round, just slip stitch, changed the color, chain one, and went single crochet back into that first stitch that I slipped into. And then you just keep going, just like this. And it's going to start doing this like cupping thing right here. So it's going to make that, like I said, it's going to make like a little tube thing. You're going to end up folding it down like this. So I feel like my seam is going to be unsightly. Oh, let's see. Frizzy, you're bringing food to your parents' house. Cool. No, she and her hubby will do their own stuff for my... Okay. Margaret's just staying and cooking for you and your hubby. Just 13. I mean, that is a small crowd, because I think that's about... We'll have probably... I don't know how many is going to be there this year. But when we go to my husband's family gathering, it's usually a pretty decent... We're in a tiny little house, and they set up these long 6-foot table all the way through the living dining room area. Like the dining and living room is one big dining hall. And then all the food gets dished up and put on the middle of the table, and everything gets passed around from the different ends. And yeah. And then we just hang around and goof around and have fun. Just, catching up, telling jokes, having fun. But the kids, the older kids are getting to the age where they're, it's harder for them to stay entertained. And then there's going to be 2 younger ones there that they'll probably end up playing with toys and video games a little bit. And let's see, Arrow, one of your daughters and her boyfriend are coming and are going to cook dinner for you. Nice. So you don't even have to worry about cooking. That's awesome. Yeah, we're going to have an easy dinner here on Saturday. My husband's going to do this. It's called smash. Am I saying it right? Spatchcocking. He's going to spatchcock the turkey. And I'm going to do a corn casserole, a green bean casserole. Sorry, Marianne. And mashed potatoes. And probably a gravy. I don't know what else. I think that's it. And then a dessert of some sort. A cake. Probably just a cake. So I need to get some icing. I need to write this stuff down so I don't forget. Okay. So I need to get potatoes. I need to get icing. Because I already got the cake mix. I gotta get the icing. And then the corn, cream, corn, Jiffy mix. Can't write. It's not holding still. We have eggs. We have butter. We need sour cream. Maybe 10 in different colors for the market. That'll be fun. Yeah, that should do decent. So I was telling my husband that I was informed that 3D printed stuff sells well at markets. And he's like, yeah, but you got to be careful because it's so saturated. What do you think of that? Is it saturated? I have honestly not been to craft fairs in a very long time. I don't know what's there and what isn't there anymore. I know you do find a lot of like the home-based businesses, you know, for the direct markets and things, direct sale companies. So I'm just curious, is that even something? But I was thinking if I have like crochet items, you know, that would work out well. But also, my kids want to get into trying to sell things. So I do know. This is true. It is saturated, but if you find things others aren't selling, it could be. Yeah, that's what. Like, what are they selling though? You know, what are they selling? So then that way, you know, we could be different. I feel like I could make a lot of crochet related things that you just don't. I don't know. I haven't been to a craft fair in forever to where I don't know. You know, what are they selling nowadays? I suppose I should just maybe start trying to go to some.
Computer anywhere again?
I don't know where you put your computer, dude.
It was upstairs last I knew.
That's where it was last I knew too. I don't know. Holidays and such. Yeah, that's what I was just saying, Marianne. I was like, man, I might need to go check out some markets just to see what's going on. Look on like the tables and things. The eating trays. The fidgets are, oh yeah, fidgets are pretty popular. Am I just not changing my color right on this thing? Because, like, I don't know why my seam is unsightly. I wonder if I need to change it here. Change it mid single crochet instead of the slip stitch. And then slip into it. I don't know. I don't know if that makes a difference. Puts a lot right there. See what this is my seaming area right here. Just not very pretty. Every day is different. Lots of dragons. Yes, Frizzy, I saw those on Amazon. Those dragon eggs. I almost bought one for my son for his birthday, but I was like, I don't know. Because if we're gonna get a printer, I don't want to buy him something we can make eventually. You know? So I was like, I think I'm gonna pass on that. So I got him a bunch of Chiefs things. Make a couple of bestsellers from those and see how they do. Sometimes they have sold, other times folks here don't buy them. Right. And the thing is I live in a big city. So I feel like I'm going to have a hard time finding something new to bring to a market because of how big, how saturated our area is with just people, little home-based businesses of people trying to sell things. So And last I knew, I didn't have to have any like permits or licenses or anything like that. So I don't like this one end. Like, it just looks messy. Because it's eventually going to fold down like this. So this mess is just going to follow down. So this is how they're made. You make them in these little like this. And then when you're done going high enough, you take the two sides like this. And it's not tall enough yet, but you're going to fold it in like that and make a square. So I've got a long ways to go before those two ends meet, or those two sides meet. And other things are trial and error, yeah. I feel like, crocheted things could be a possibility, because I don't know if that's a thing around here. If people are making that kind of stuff yet. But we have a library here that, is trying to make it to where you can have a technology to go and mess with. So like we have a new library that's being built right now, a new main hub. And because they moved it from downtown to a little bit closer to us. And it's going to have what they call a do space, where you can go in there and mess around on 3D printers. There's going to be like a podcasting space that you could do podcasting from. All kinds of like technology stuff that you can mess with and play and do things and be creative. And so we definitely live in that kind of a city where it's, definitely pushing that kind of stuff. Guitar picks sold really well last Sunday. Oh, cool. That's so funny. Yeah, I remember you saying that, Rebecca, about the caterpillar scarf. I have the pattern for that caterpillar scarf. I just need to make one. I don't have the right kind of greens for it, so I don't know how that got all twisted, but all right, there we go. This is why I don't make these very often, is I'm not very quick at them. I mean, I have done a few rounds on here already, but still. This pattern doesn't keep my entertainment. Doesn't keep me entertained. You guys are keeping me entertained. Yeah, I just need to find those markets. I see little signs for them every so often and just never remember to go to them. And a lot of them you have to pay to get into them, to just walk around. I'm like, I don't plan on buying anything. I literally just want to walk around and see what people, I mean, I might end up finding stuff to buy, but it's like, but yeah, a lot of the high schools around here have their craft markets, and then the churches. So I don't know. I might have to look into some of the ones I've done in the past and see if they still do them. Which they were big ones then, so I'm assuming they're still around. Yeah, nobody can afford the blankets. Blankets take too much time and therefore cost too much to sew. Unless you do like the really quick like baby blankets with the Bernat blanket. Sometimes those sell because you can make those cheap for the most part. honestly couldn't tell you what sells well around here. Because even when I did the markets, the craft fairs that I've done, I was trying to sell jewelry. And I would say maybe 7 or 8 out of 10 times I would make my booth fee back. And that was it. But I was also selling $5 jewelry. So it took several pieces just to make the booth back. And I was very frugal about which craft fairs I did because of pricing. You know, if they were like $60, $70, $80 craft markets, I was like, no thanks. Because I can tell you right now, it's going to take a lot of jewelry. So, right. That is crazy, Rebecca. I feel like I've seen those baby blankets with the Bernat blankets, so not a lot, but you know, I've seen a handful of them. That's about it. But I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a few years. It's been a hot minute since. So all right, so I'm going to drop that. Pick up the red. Maybe that's what I needed to do. I don't know. It's a little bit better switching the color in the single crochet than slip stitching. I feel like, I don't know, I can't really tell. I need to get a few more rounds done before I can say for sure. But that's what my one end looks like right now. Well, and that whole finickiness of craft fairs is what it's like. I just need to find something that, you know, people, you know, I could drag along my hot. No, never mind. I was gonna say I could drag along my heat press and do like custom bags or something like that, but I'd have to have like pre-made things made up, and knowing what people are gonna want on that stuff is not gonna be. That's gonna be too overwhelming to have a variety of things to press. You've sold the toy, but not the blankets. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know why people have an aversion to the blankets at craft fairs. Like, I don't know. You know, I haven't heard a peep out of those turkeys since I said something earlier. When they got quiet, they got quiet. I haven't heard them since. Now that I think about it. But I do have a kitty cat laying with me. She's hanging out with me. She's laying on my desk on her little spot. It's funny how it's her spot, and that's where she goes. Like, that's where she's laying. A little entrelac blanket that I started, and I said, man, I'm not gonna keep going with this, so I made it into a kitty blanket. It's literally covering a lap desk that's turned upside down, and she's laying on the beanbag part of the lap desk, or the foam part, whatever's inside them. And then I have like a little anti-slide grippy thing on the bottom so that the top doesn't slide around. Because anytime she'd get up here before, it would slide and it would hit whatever's on the desk. And so I have that anti-slip grip thing under it now. And so when she jumps up, it doesn't move. And it's got a little blanket on it for her so she can lay on it. And I don't know. She didn't care if the blanket was there or not, but I was like, well, I mean, it's not exactly a blanket for anything else, so I'm just going to make it your blanket. So, well, that's what I mean, man. The aversion to the blankets and the cost. It's like, I mean, if you want a homemade blanket, you got to be willing to spend the money on it because it, you know, your time is worth something, and you put a lot of time into blankets. I mean, shoot, just this thing alone right here, like, yes, I'm talking and stopping and all that, but like these take a little bit of time, and even at like an hour, if it took you an hour to make one of these, you know, that's still at least another $5 to $10 on the cost. That's awesome, Rebecca. Marianne, I think you should definitely up your pattern price to like $3, and then that way you get closer to the $2 in your PayPal. So, you know, I would up mine, but I'm getting over $6 for each one, so I'm like, meh, good enough. And enough people have bought it. I'm hoping it'll gain some traction though here soon. Maybe more people know about it because they're waiting for payday and all that, which should be coming up soon. Because that should be what, next week or Monday, or I don't know how that works. It's like the 1st and the 15th typically. I like how that looks. It just turned out kind of cool. Yay! Got your live scheduled. Yeah, Marianne, what she said, she agreed. Up it to $3. I would gladly rebuy it for that price. Or make it $2.99. You know? There's something to putting that 99 cents on things. I don't know why, but there is something to putting 99 cents on things. They say helps things sell. Not like well, like all the time, but just better. I think I'm going to stop chaining one and just go single right into it. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, this takes a hot minute to get a decent amount of work on it. I've got how many rounds is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm on my 6th round. But this is what it does. It makes like a little boat looking thing. And then you just take these two ends that are like this. You're going to end up, it's going to fold down like that. And the taller you get this, the closer, when you fold this down, the closer this edge will get to the other end, the other edge. So the taller you get, the closer these two edges will grow towards each other. So they'll meet about here. They should meet about halfway, and that's when you're going to seam it. And so that's why with this, it's not really, you don't have to really go based off of like how many rounds per se. It's really based off your tension and whatnot. So you kind of just keep going until they meet in the middle. And I'm changing every round, so the color is basically just being drug up the center. So that's the inside right there. Can't really see the color. Can see it and can't see it, but it's going to be on the inside. Jesus. Can you stop dropping that cup on the floor? Exactly, Marianne. That's my attitude with my patterns. You know, I'm just grateful that those of you that have purchased it have purchased it. You know, I'm just grateful for that. I'm not necessarily out to try to be a millionaire. If I was trying to be a millionaire on one pattern, I'm like, I got to do a lot more advertising and, you know, I'm good with what little corner of the world I have, you know. It's fun. I like the fact that I can get on here and regularly have anywhere from 20 to 30 people hanging out with me, randomly talking about just anything and everything and struggle bus on things, you know. So, yeah. I think when I turn these or keep going around it gets these twisted. So I'm trying to keep them untwisted. So that's why you see me finagling with the strands every now and then. I will say the taller you get, it does help a little bit because I don't know, I feel like it's easier to hold on to and move a little quicker. I'm almost done with the wrapped green. Almost. Getting there. Frizzy Bee goes live in a couple of hours. Oh my gosh, y'all, I downloaded the school app onto my youngest's tablet yesterday. I did not sign him up for it because I have to sign him up for it and pay for the subscription for it. And he goes to his brother and goes, "Hey, check out what's on my tablet." It's not even ready for you yet. Yes, exactly. It's like a little tight-knit family. And I love how supportive we are too, because like y'all didn't have to buy my pattern for $8, but you did, some of you. And I'm grateful for that. Like just for one person. Like y'all, I sent it to Marty. And that little butt, I haven't heard from her in a few days, so I don't know. I'm sure she's doing okay, but I sent her the PDF, like as a freebie. It's like, you're my friend, like here. I want you to have it. She went to my Ko-Fi page and bought it. I was like, that is not what this was intended to happen. But thank you. That was awesome of her. She's like, I want to support you. I was like, I know, but I wanted to give it to you. So. I love what you did there. Yep, get it? Tight knit. I can't wait to finish that hat. She says it's for an adult woman that this should fit. So, and it's supposed to fold up about 4 inches. So it's a foldable one. I have to make it 11 inches and then figure out how to, or follow her pattern or her tutorial to close it off. Am I going to make it around to the end of this round? Okay, I'm going to finish this round of green. And then I will, yeah, see, I wish there was a quicker way to make these than doing single crochets. But to get the thickness, or the, where you're not burning your hands per se on things, you kind of need to do the single crochets. Just wish there was a quicker way to do this. It's not handling lives this morning. I keep trying to switch you to my laptop, but you keep stalling. Say little on the phone. That's okay. I'll say little. I don't mind being little. I will use a little voice to fit my little face. Let's see. I got my potatoes. I got my milk, my icing, corn, cream corn, Jiffy Mix, sour cream. Got the eggs. Got the butter. What else am I missing here? Oh, gravy. Oh, gravy. I need gravy. Gravy. Mixes. Oh, you know what? I can find those in the gluten-free area. I'll use a little voice for my little face. I'll make it fitting. Hello, Cheryl Lee. I am here for another couple minutes. I am here for another couple minutes as I struggle to finish this round. Drop, pick, and then sleep. Come on, sleep. There we go. Drop, slip and drop. I dropped my stitch, or my thing here. There we go. Well, I got that far. I'm just going to leave it here on my desk because I honestly don't want to make this travel any more than it already has. So I just want to leave it there so it doesn't get any more tangled. But like I said, I'm just going to keep working this, changing my colors every round, and then eventually, like I said, these two ends are going to be folded in just like so. And then eventually these two edges are going to meet right about here. And then I'll seam it up and it'll be a square. That's going to be a decent sized little square. It's going to be a lot bigger than I thought it would be. It'll be probably about 8 to 10 inches versus the 5 or 6 I thought it would be. So I'm trying to think, because that's, if the other corner, yeah, that's going to be a pretty decent sized little hot pad. But there you go. That's the magic hot pad, pot holder, whatever you want to call them. So anyway, I'm going to leave this here. I'll probably come work on it to get the red, until the red is caught back up to the skein. I'm going to keep it on my desk. And then probably take this with me upstairs because I'm actually kind of liking this. I haven't been a fan of the knitting projects that I have picked up in the past, but so far, let me see if I can show you guys my work here. It's hard to see with it. I don't know that my stitches are all that consistent. I don't know if the tension is 100%, consistent on there, but you can see the knit stitches. You can definitely see it. So the hot pad is the Stash Buster project, and then this beanie could be too, because I'm using up skeins of yarn to work on it, using up my stash. I didn't go out and buy anything. I got what I have. So Tunisian shawl last night, and now I need some suggestion for something else. I may make a Tunisian market bag. That sounds fun, Cheryl Lee. A market bag sounds fun. Yes, indeedy. Thank you, Angela. Passionate, no, Kelsey's pattern. Yes. If you just type in Passionate Kelsey knitted beanie, it should come up. Because she calls it a chunky. She holds 2 strands of 4-weight together with 8mm needles. So that's what I did. I'm using 2 big twist 4-weights with my 8mm needles. So thank you. I hope it turns out to be a nice hat. So I'm going to try and finish it to take to my local yarn shop on Saturday or Sunday. They're having their, small business festivities this weekend. And so I'm going to try and take that, because if I take it and donate it as a hat, then, if I take a donation item with me, like a hat or a scarf or something, I can get like a extra discount off of my order, like my shopping, because they're actually, doing like a drive to collect, a collection drive to collect donation items to give to certain places around the city. So yeah, I figured if I can get that done, I can take that with me to donate, and get that little bit of extra discount off of my purchase. So if I make a purchase, so either way, that it'll be a donation or not, we'll see. 2 red mittens after work, and I'm making Kelly green ones now. Gotcha. Okay. Jelly green ones. You should call them the jelly green mittens. All right. I hope you guys have a great Tuesday. I will see you in a couple hours on Frizzy's Live. Thank you, Mary Ann. Yes. Hopefully that's the one. It should be. But it is, yeah, she calls it the chunky knit hat, and it's super easy to follow her. So it's awesome. And hers turns out so cute. So I will see you guys on the YouTube streets, and I'll see you tomorrow right here on my channel, same time, same place. And yeah, know that you're loved, and you are worth something to somebody. You are somebody to somebody. So know you are worth it, and turn that frown upside down.